What up, guys? I got new pants. Oh, you can't see them, can you? Oh well. I also got these things. What are they, you might ask? Well, they're wine glass racks. The way it works is you put it up to like a kitchen cabinet. You hang it up this way. Although, I mean, you could do it like on a ceiling if you're like really tall. But anyway, so you hang it up this way. Then you get yourself a wine glass upside down and you slide it on. And of course, these are big enough to do maybe 12 or 15 of those. However, given how much wine I tend to drink, I just don't really need a rack for my wine glasses. So, I thought I'd make something a little more useful out of these. Let's go! So, I've got 3 of these, but one of them is pretty bent up out of shape, and I could only scrounge up 4 zip ties, and I'm pretty sure I need 2 zip ties for each one of these with what I'm going to do, which is actually extremely simple. In fact, I'm making lathe tool storage, and it would probably work well enough if I just screwed these to the wall. But I think I can make them better. We've got here my trusty bowl gouge that I duct taped back together after I managed to break it, and my homemade parting tool, which, as you can see, I did not do such a good job on. So, as is, I could bolt this to the wall, and then if I were careful, I could put a tool in there, and I could put a tool in there, and I could put a third one in this, and oh look, it holds them, they don't fall out. Hosanna. But, you know, if I were sloppy, or because these are pretty wide, I could actually put 2 tools in each one of these loops, but one of them wouldn't have a place to sit at the bottom. So, going to zip tie a piece of wood onto the bottom of them, and that should, make it so that I can hold a couple of tools at a time off the wall. The first order of business is to set those to the side and rip this piece down, as well as cut it to length. I'll cut it to length here on the chop saw. First, I'll plug in the chop saw. Then I'll cut it to length. Booyah. Now, I'll head to the bandsaw to rip it. Conveniently, this board is twice the width that I want for each of my tool racks. Now I'll just drill a hole in each end of the boards so I can zip tie them to the racks. And all that's left to do, I think, is assemble them. There we go. Now, to attach them to the wall, I'll need to get a little strip of metal I can use as a strap. Be right back. Alright, I got a couple of strips I can use to mount these. I'll drill a couple holes in them because they're steel, so I'm not sure if I can just screw right into these. Not sure I can drill into them. Alright, now time to actually mount them. Rather than mount the tool holders to the wall, which is concrete, I'll actually mount them to this lip on the workbench. There we go. Let's see if it'll actually work. To be honest, I'd say this that I made for the lathe is actually nicer than anything I've made on the lathe. I'm showing you what my new pants look like. They're just cargo shorts. Well, here it all is. As you can see, I've got all of my tools pretty securely held behind my lathe, so they will be, easy to reach when I'm using the lathe, but not in the way on the bench. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and pay for my college tuition.